happy camp. I think we are on day 6 now. This morning I got up at like 5 o'clock. I worked my other job for a couple hours, and then I had to get my kids to camp and to daycare. My son is taking a camp about an hour or so away from the house. So I tried to do some dictation on the way home because it was a very long drive home. Maybe not an hour, maybe more like 45 minutes. So I used Otter, and since I already had the first scene kind of outlined, or at least the idea of it already sort of semi-outlined, I just dictated what I thought would happen in the scene. And it wound up being 26 minutes of dictation. With Otter, you can export the dictation into a TXT file. So I had that emailed to myself, copied it, pasted it into a Google Doc, and I had 1,575 words in 26 minutes. Now, I know with this dictation method, they say you can get up to like 5,000 words an hour. I'm not that fast. I do speak pretty slowly when I'm dictating because I am trying to visualize the scene. I have a hard time visualizing, but I do try to visualize the scene or pieces of the scene, and then I dictate those. And I'm 3,000 words an hour is not too bad. Nothing to shake a stick at. I'm pretty pleased. Obviously, I will have to go back and edit it. The only problem I'm having with Otter that I've had in the past, and anybody will see when you export it as a monologue, it's just one big wall of text. So obviously I'll have to go back in there, I'll have to edit it, I'll have to add in paragraphs, but the punctuation's all there. I'll have to check it to make sure that like the words that I said are the words that were written down, and sometimes it's like, what word did I even say there? Like, I don't even know. But they are words on a page. It is a scene. It has everything in it that I wanted to have in it. So it took me 26 minutes to write what will probably amount to about 2/3 of the scene that I wanted. It didn't cover everything. So I didn't actually finish the scene. I just like got to my doctor's appointment, and I'm like, I'm just going to stop here. So it's got most of everything that I want, but that was like 1,500 words. It's severely underwritten, but still, I was able to do it while I was driving, which, maybe that's not the safest thing to admit to doing. Dictating? I don't know. So yeah, so I'm feeling good. I've beat my word count for the day, and I think I'm finally back on track to where I need to be if I want 20 to 30,000 words by the end of the month. But most importantly, I got a scene mostly written, which I'm super proud of. All right, time to go get my arm jabbed and see how much I've aged in the last year. So just to give you an idea of what it looks like when I import, of course, as soon as I start talking, just to give you an idea of what it looks like when I import from Otter, I get an awesome wall of text like this. So now what I'll do is I will move that into a Google Doc and start formatting it. I am going to keep my scenes separate, I think, in Google Doc, and then figure out later how to stitch them together, kind of giving me that built-in room to discover more as I write. So I already know that the scenes that I have may not go like flow one right into the next. So I'm just giving myself the grace to fill that in, the professional integrity that I know I can do it, but not yet. I think the thing that really threw me off for NaNoWriMo is that I did everything in one single document. So when I got to like 40,000 words and I had, I did have some way of keeping track of where things were. It was just so cumbersome in that gigantic document. Maybe one day I'll try Scrivener. Maybe that will work better. But for now, I'm just going to try individual documents within my Google Drive. So I'm working from the museum today because I need a change in scenery. I have a couple more hours of work to get in, but I'm thinking what I'll do is I'll work for 50 minutes, I'll change location, and then work on my NaNoWriMo project, just to keep things interesting. Why, yes, I do have a really bad case of bedhead today. That's pretty terrible. I should have brought a hat. I am a professional. So 3 hours ago, I said I was gonna get up and move to another location and start writing. I finally did, but it's good. I got a bunch of work done. I'm gonna work on my scene for about 10 or 15 minutes and then get back to work. I was just really excited that I was able to get my spot that I've been waiting to get in the museum. It's just a really nice view from up here. When I came up before, someone was doing yoga over here. Ooh, way too close. So let's get going. So I got about 880 words in 4 hours of work. I joined Sarah Cahill's stream for a couple of minutes, maybe like 20 minutes or so. It was nice to like write at the same time as other people. Like I kind of like that camaraderie. I wish I could schedule that more into my day, but with my kids it's so unpredictable. But yeah, I'm gonna go get my son from camp and head home. It's a little hazy, but such is the summer. It is camp day 6,000 or 7. No, it's 8. We're on day 8 now. I had another day of working from the museum while my son was at camp. That was my last day doing that. It was actually really nice. It was a really productive work day. Before I went into the museum to work, I did get about 800-ish words in scene 2. And then on the way home, I used Otter to get in another like 500-ish. So I think we're at 1,300 and change today. I think I'm done with scene 2. I think I've achieved everything that I need to, but I'm going to try to get a little bit more in and then maybe move on to scene 3. So far, I think I'm on track to make my goal if I stick to about 1,000 words a day, which is pretty good for me. So, I'll still break it out like a teenager. Right. Gonna go for a walk in the rain with the puppy. Where'd he go? There he is. All right, let's see how much we can get in. So I just got 7 minutes of walking and 7 minutes of voice to text writing. My brain works a lot faster than my fingers. I mean, I can type okay. Like I can type anywhere from 70 to 90 words a minute if I'm really trying. The problem is that like my brain just works faster than my fingers can type. So I'm finding that I can get a lot more of my ideas down in a much shorter period of time. So in 7 minutes, I was able to get 554 words for this scene done in 7 minutes. The other nice thing about talking it out is that I can, it just helps me to process some of the things that I'm thinking. Like, I'm not usually a verbal processor, but it is a nice way to change up my thinking. And I learned something about my character that I didn't know before. So I'm still able to get that discovery writing in, or discovery talking in, even though I had already plotted this scene out. So I still have a lot more of the scene to go. Like the 500 something words that I put in there, like barely even touch what I wanted to accomplish in this scene, but I learned a lot and I got the words in. So what am I at now? I'm at like 1900 or so words for today. And I'm not done yet. I'm gonna walk with the puppy for about 20 more minutes and then back to editing. So in my 15-minute verbal sprint, I got in 1,035 words and I finished-ish scene 3. I like that ish. It means that I don't have to commit to being done with anything. So while out walking, I did a little over 1,500 words, and that brings my total for today to 2,917 words. I did not believe that. I'm gonna have to go back and check because that seems obscene. That doesn't seem like, I don't think I could have done that in a day. But maybe I did, I don't know. I like science when you can take away the math part. So that was pretty good. And considering how short I actually spent writing it, I think going back in and editing it and filling it in, because it's definitely underwritten. I definitely focus on feelings and dialogue and not so much like the sensory part of the scene. But yeah, feeling good. So I got that done today. So that was Camp NaNoWriMo Day 8. I doubt I'll have any time to work on it once I get back inside because it's almost bedtime for the kids and the puppy is definitely done. So I got in 1,500 words and 1.2 miles of walking.